friends, welcome to week 4 of Bookworm Garden's Summer Camp Club. This week we're celebrating edible adventures and all the places food can take you. That's why we're sitting in the farm here today. We're gonna go on a little vegetable hunt in a little bit, see what's growing in the farm. And a little later, we're gonna cook up some delicious smoothies to try. We're gonna start with our story, Oliver's Vegetables by Vivian French. Finish up, Oliver, said his mother, or we'll miss the bus. Can't we walk to Grandpa's house? Asked Oliver. Nope, said his mother, it's too far. Hurry up. The best thing about Grandpa's house was the wonderful garden. I grow all my own vegetables, Grandpa said proudly. I don't eat vegetables, Oliver told his grandpa. I only eat French fries. If you want French fries, said Grandpa, you have to find the potatoes. If you find something else, you eat that and no complaints. Is that a deal? Oliver ran around the garden, but he couldn't see any potatoes. They must be hiding, he said, and he pulled at the nearest leaves. Carrots, said Grandpa. Just the thing for Monday's supper. And that night, Oliver ate his first carrots. Oliver took a long time making up his mind on Tuesday. Gran and Grandpa came to watch him. Those crinkly leaves are pretty, he said. Are the potatoes here? Spinach, said Grandpa. They had spinach for supper. That was good, said Oliver. On Wednesday, Oliver got up early. Potatoes are important, he said, so they must have big leaves. Here they are! Grandpa smiled. That's rhubarb! And they had rhubarb pie that evening. Oh, that was very good, said Oliver. It rained on Thursday. When it stopped, Oliver hurried outside. Have you found the potatoes? Grandpa asked. No, said Oliver. All I found are slugs and snails. Are they eating my potatoes? Grandpa asked. No, that's cabbage. Oliver had 2 helpings. That was very good, he said. On Friday, Oliver was sure he had found the potatoes. When he pulled at the leaves, up came a bunch of beets. Oliver ate all of his beet salad. Very good, he said. On Saturday, Oliver played soccer. The ball landed in a tangle of sticks and leaves. Oliver was sure the potatoes weren't there, and Grandpa nodded. Peas, he said. Oliver had 3 helpings of pea soup that evening. Was it good? Asked Grandpa. No, said Oliver. It was delicious. Oliver rushed into the garden on Sunday. Here they are, he said. How do you know? Asked Grandpa. They're the only things that are left, said Oliver. Can we have French fries now? Oliver asked. You scrub the potatoes, said Gran, and I'll peel them. Grandpa can cut them up. Oliver, Gran, and Grandpa sat down to eat. The door opened and in walked Oliver's mother. She saw the plate of French fries. Oh dear, I do hope Oliver would have eaten something else while he was here. Oliver and Grandpa looked at each other. His mother stared as they laughed and laughed and laughed. The end. Sometimes different fruits and vegetables can be hard to find. Sometimes they're growing on top of the soil. Sometimes they're growing underneath it. We're going to walk around our gardens and see if we can find some of the foods that Oliver was looking for. Let's see if we can find some carrots.
Here are all of our carrots, and they grow in the ground, so we have to pull them out. Hopefully we have a big carrot in here.
Let's look for some spinach.
We don't have any spinach growing up the garden right now. However, we have lots of lettuce and kale, which is similar to spinach because we're going to eat the leaves off of it.
Let's look for cabbage.
So we don't have any big cabbage yet. However, you can see the head growing in the very inside, and eventually it's going to be giant.
Let's see if we can find some beets.
So beets grow underground, so it can be kind of tricky to tell when they're ready to be pulled. So we're going to test out this guy, this nice tall one. We have a lot of little baby beets.
Let's look for peas.
Currently we don't have any peas growing, however we have lots of green beans and purple beans up the garden.
And let's see if we can find some potatoes.
Potatoes are another vegetable that grows underground, and we're not going to pick these guys yet, so we're just going to take a look at them underground growing. They're pretty big.
All right, everyone, welcome to the kitchen. We're gonna make some smoothies today. Smoothies are one of our favorite things to make at camp because there's so many different ingredients you can put together. I am going to make a tropical smoothie. So here I have some orange juice, some mango, some pineapple, and a banana. All super tropical ingredients. Now when you make a smoothie, you can use a mixture of frozen and fresh ingredients that helps make your smoothie nice and smooth. You can use a banana, it's great for making things nice and smooth and thick. You can use yogurt in there if you like. Add a little liquid to it. Okay. And then we just need to let her go. Looks pretty smooth. Let's take a look. It's a very cool yellow color, isn't it? Makes you feel like you're out in the sun on the beach. Oh, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Give it a try. That is great. All right, Chloe's gonna show us one of her favorite smoothies.
All right, so we are going to make a mixed berry and banana smoothie today. And just like Ashley said, it's nice to use a mixture of fresh ingredients and frozen because it gives it some nice textures and it'll make it nice and cold rather than using ice cubes that might maybe water it down a little bit. So we have some strawberries, blueberries. I'm gonna add a whole banana. I think bananas really sweeten up smoothies too. There we go. And a little bit of almond milk for our liquid. And just like Ashley said, we can also add yogurt or ice cubes if you want to make it more like a slushy kind of texture. All right. A little bit of a shake. Perfect. It's kind of like a little science experiment to make sure you have the right proportions of liquid to your fruit. I'm excited to try this. Alright. Sweet and creamy. That was a good experiment in the right proportions.
There are so many different combinations of fruits and vegetables you can put in a smoothie.
You can go on your own edible adventure and make your own combination.
Cheers!
Cheers!